Hi everyone, welcome again to Glen Tutorials. So we just finished with the first chapter of algebra. So now we go into geometry. Now geometry again, similar to algebra, you all are doing first time. You all have never done it before. Even algebra, sometimes you all will, when you all do the other chapters, you all will know that algebra, it's more of the simple maths which you used to keep doing in your previous standard in the 8th, 7th, 6th, etc. But geometry is something totally new. So we'll just watch a short video to see what is exactly geometry and from where this word geometry came into existence, and why do we use geometry, and did anyone use geometry in their previous life, or they used geometry to solve anything in their life, or did geometry come into existence just like that, or it really had a meaning. So just watch this small video.
Basic concepts in geometry.
Introduction.
Did you recognize the adjacent picture? It is a picture of pyramids in Egypt, built 3000 years before Christian era. How the people were able to build such huge structures in so old time? It is not possible to build such huge structures without developed knowledge of geometry and engineering. The word geometry itself suggests the origin of the subject. It is generated from Greek words geo, which means earth, and metria, which means measuring. So, it can be guessed that the subject must have evolved from the need of measuring the earth, that is, land. Geometry was developed in many nations in different periods and for different construction. The first Greek mathematician, Thales, had gone to Egypt. It is said that he determined height of a pyramid by measuring its shadow and using properties of similar triangles. Ancient Indians also had deep knowledge of geometry. In Vedic period, people used geometrical properties to build altars. The book Shulva Sutra describes how to build different shapes by taking measurements with the help of a string. In course of time, the mathematicians Aryabhatta, Varahamihir, Brahmagupta, Bhaskaracharya, and many others have given valuable contribution to the subject of geometry.
Okay, so as you all saw in this video, how geometry came into existence and what does the word geometry separately mean. So geo means earth and metria, that is geometry is metri, means measuring. So measuring things on the earth. Now we learn about some basic concepts of geometry. First is a point. Okay, what is the meaning of a point? Point in simple language, nothing but, if you see whatever I am doing here, these are all points. Line. Now if I keep doing points like this close to each other, if I keep making points continuously close to each other, and if I continuously keep doing it, if you notice that I will get nothing but a straight particular thing. This is called as a line. What is this called? Line. Set of points which are close to each other, or a set of innumerable points, is called a line. Plane. Plane is nothing but a flat surface. Okay, any flat surface. Now this is a flat surface or table on which I have kept a book. This is called as a plane. Now if you all see this, what I am drawing here, you all have already done this in your previous years. What is this called as? If you all try to just remember all these numbers which I am writing, positive, negative, this entire thing is called as a number line. Okay, so in a number line you have 0 as your origin. On the right of 0 you have positive numbers, and on the left of 0 you have negative numbers. Now we will learn today How do we find distance between two numbers on a number line? Let me just give names, alphabets to all these numbers. Okay, so let me keep this is 0, I give it an alphabet O. This is 1, I give it an alphabet D. This is 3, I give it an alphabet E. This is -2, I give it an alphabet C. This is -3, I give it an alphabet B. Okay, suppose I want to find, now what is this I am writing? D, E, comma D. The meaning of this is distance between E and D. I repeat again, this is read as D for distance between E and D. Now if you see here, E is 3 and D is 1. Extremely important thing to note down here is which is the greater number. So if you see on this number line, as we go on the right, it keeps on going greater, greater, greater. So what is the greater number? Is 1 greater or 3 greater? 3 is greater. So greater minus smaller, that is equal to, that's the reason. Now ED is not according to this alphabet. First E, then D. So first I write of E and then I write the number of D, nothing like that. I see E and D and I see what is the greater number 3, what is the smaller number 1, I minus direct. So greater minus smaller is here 3 minus 1, that is equal to 2. So therefore distance between E and D is equal to length of ED. Now distance is written with comma, length is written without comma, L for length. So that is length of ED, that is equal to 2. So distance and length is the same thing. Now we'll find something else. Let us find the distance between C and D. Okay, distance between C and D. Now you see C and we'll see, okay, D. Now what is greater? Is C greater or D greater? Obviously what is on the right is greater, I said. So what is on the right? 1, 1 minus, obviously to find distance we do minus, and I open a bracket here. Why I open a bracket? Because C has a negative number. Minus is a constant thing. To find distance we have to keep doing minus. Now here we did 3 minus 1 because there is positive sign, positive sign. Here we'll do 1 minus, and because there is negative here we put it in bracket. So 1 minus and minus becomes plus 2, that is equal to 3. So distance of CD is nothing but equal to length of CD, that is equal to 3. We don't write anything, we keep it blank. We can either write it blank or we can write 3 units, but if you keep it blank also, it is not an issue at all. So now you came to know that this is the way we have to find distance between two terms. Now suppose I tell you to find total distance between ED and CD. Now if you see ED is 2 and CD is 3. So 2 plus 3, 5. Simple. So distance between C and E is nothing but 5. Distance between this to this is 2 and this 3, and distance between 1 and 3 is 2. So we add 5. So total distance is nothing but 5. So this is the way we find distance between two terms. If you see your textbook, okay, there are some examples given. There is a number line given here. Distance between B and A is 5. Distance between A and C is 6. So now what do we do to get the total distance between B and C? Add both 5 and 6. Well, what is the question given? On this number line ABC, distance AB is given, distance BC is given, distance AC is given. Which of the points is between the other two? This is basic common sense. Seeing the numbers only you should know which point is between what and what. Okay, so let's see. BC is 11. So obviously this is greater than 6 and greater than 5. So this is the maximum. So if BC is 11 means B is on one end, C is on the other end. Common sense. Now let us see what is in between. What remains? Obviously A remains. So A is in between. So A is between point B and point C. Very simple, very easy. I hope you all understood this sum. Okay. Now this is a very important term. This is called as betweenness. Okay, a very important term which will be required for you all in your 9th standard as well as in your 10th, 11th, 12th, whenever you all will be doing maths. Betweenness. Betweenness means what alphabet or what number or what point is between what point and what point. I write this like this. Suppose I am writing A dash D dash B. That means D is between A and B. Okay, now between and midpoint, no connection, no connection at all. Both are not equal. If I am saying D is between A and B, it does not mean that this distance and this distance is equal. Not necessary. Okay, if this can be 5, this can be 4, this can be anything. But we have to only find the meaning of betweenness is what alphabet is between what alphabet and what alphabet. So when I write like this, I know that D is between A and B. Similarly, suppose I am writing B dash Q dash R. That means Q is between B and R. Okay. So I hope you all understood this term, betweenness, extremely important term. This will be required for you all in your future standards as well. Okay. So I hope you all understood this particular part of the lecture. So the practice set 1.1 is totally and exactly related to whatever is taught today. We will practice it in a Zoom lecture, very simple practice set, very simple sums to be done. Till then, take care, and I see you all in a Zoom lecture. Bye.